The barriers to uptake and investment in climate action are really complex: psychological, economic, social. We know that investing in prevention is always a harder sell because it means incurring costs now for benefits later. And as Philip mentioned, in the political cycle, that's not a popular orientation. It's always harder to spend money upfront to address a hazard that may not be apparent until later. So there are always more, priorities and competing options and more visible priorities. So for many organizations and people, there's also a lack of understanding of how climate change is going to impact them at the local and regional level. We've got this global picture of global warming, but there's this ongoing sense that somehow climate change isn't going to really affect me or my organization or my region, or if it is, I don't really know what that is. So I'm just going to carry on. And this kind of thinking really misses the mark because the fact is that the fewer actions we take now, the fewer investments we make now, the higher the costs moving forward: economic, social, and human. And these costs are going to continue to rise as climate impacts escalate, and they are escalating, as Philip has already described. And as they affect everything from supply chains to infrastructure to health to operating costs to impacting our lives and costing human lives. So we need to shift our thinking. You know, uh, we are a reactive society, and with a more proactive approach to climate action, Canada and Canadian businesses can, first of all, demonstrate leadership in a space that sorely needs leadership and be more competitive nationally and internationally, while also helping us all collectively to build a more climate resilient society. If we want a vibrant economy and not only to stay competitive, but actually take that leadership role in developing a climate ready workforce, a climate workforce that is both ready to take mitigation and adaptation actions, we need to address gaps in leadership and in education. And as Philip says, there's a role for universities to play in this space. We need to help everyone from CEOs to politicians to everyday citizens understand why we need to invest in workforce development and climate action, make the necessary resources available in order to do that, and support us moving forward in a much more urgent and rapid way with workforce development in this area.